Ever walk past a place for rent and wish you could just take a peek inside? Maybe even explore the layout. Envision the natural light streaming through the windows. Or plan where your vinyl record collection would go. At Apartments.com, you can. With tools like their 3D virtual tours, you can see the exact unit you could be living in. Really envision yourself in your new home with Apartments.com. The place to find a place.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. Zero tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
When, where, whenever, when, where.
All right, welcome to the last podcast on the left, everybody. It is Halloween. I am Ben Kissel. That is Marcus Parks. And finally back from disgusting Canada in the studio,
Canada's full of half people.
Henry Zabrowski.
Henry Zabrowski's back, and I got to tell you, Canada's just lucky we don't use their whole fucking country just to test drones.
Well, I think we might.
Oh, I mean, whatever it is. And I was saying before, when I went to deal, every time I talk with somebody who's rude in Canada, I was like, I can tap your phone.
Right.
I can call the NSA myself.
Henry, you mentioned phones, and that's what today's episode is all about. We're doing a listener pasta call-in edition, a.k.a. You do it.
It's a big jump that Kissel just made, but I will jump with you. Yes.
Gotta do it.
This last week we had you guys write creepypastas, and we read them in our melodious tones. And this time you're going to come up with stories that really happened to you, and then you're going to fucking do it because you do it.
You do it. You got to do it. So
You
we
do
took
it.
a bunch of great phone calls, and man, I'll tell you, the stories this year, I think this is, definitely tops last year, and I don't think it could be beat next year. This is really phenomenal stuff.
Y'all lead crooked lives. Y'all are broken. And so again, today we're going to spook you out. So what I say you do right now is that if you're wearing moccasins, you kick them off.
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
First of all, you're an Indian. I need you to just pretend to be Spanish so I can speak with you. Then what I need you to do is I'm going to roll off your sweatpants. All right, like they're fucking pizza doughs, like they're Strombolis, for those of you that are not from New York. I want you to pull your panties down just to your knees, if you're a man as well. Remove the rest of your clothes diligently, business-like. No pleasure involved. And then what I want you to do is I want you to roll up a fucking Andre the Giant's toe of some sweet, sweet Jamaican allspice and wrap your lips around it like it's a fucking flute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right? Get
so
high.
that's
I'm saying get
high.
stoned.
Okay, I see. I
get
wasn't
high.
quite sure what you were saying. So basically, you're telling everyone to just relax and get comfortable.
Yes, because we're going to scare you.
Okay, because it's going to be scary. So I guess we should just go to the first phone call, huh?
Yeah, let's start it up. Here is our first call-in. Yeah, really. We got Darcy on the line.
Darcy,
could you turn on your video by any chance?
I don't know if mine actually works right now.
All right.
My laptop's kind of like 3 years old.
Darcy,
so
are you seriously just a 70-year-old man, and that's why you don't want to show your face? You can say it.
You caught me. I don't know.
Also know that if you've had your face recently replaced because of an animal attack, we won't judge you.
Oh, absolutely not. I was just discussing how I think the woman who got her face ripped off by the chimp looks better than ever.
And I completely disagree. I think that she should have some sort of Cobra Commando mask. And then no one will ever have to ever worry about kissing her.
That's very true. I'll kiss her, though. I love her. All right, Darcy. Thanks so much for calling in.
Yeah, Darcy, so your story is you were in a haunted house between 11 to 18?
Yeah, so we moved into there after my parents divorced, and it just especially in my room and in the basement, it just felt really oppressive, and weird things happened in that house.
Was it just because they wouldn't let you play your rock music too loud?
Maybe that was it.
So give us some location. What state and town were you in?
Yeah, I'm from Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Hey, Go Pack Go.
Yeah.
That's great. Oshkosh is beautiful. I was at a wrestling tournament there once. I placed 6th, and at that same wrestling tournament, a man broke his arm in one of the most brutal ways I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's a depressing story.
Oshkosh on the water.
And that's an Oshkosh story. I feel like
Yeah. Nobody won.
So you're in Oshkosh? No one did win. Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and Wisconsin itself is very, very haunted. A lot of people died in random construction accidents.
Yeah, and they all freeze to death.
So, what are other examples of the haunting? Do you have more like specific examples? So it started about the time you were 11. So your parents divorced, which they know a lot of times in hauntings, acute psychological trauma will make them happen, much like a woman's menses becoming active, and also, or if a series of boys are murdered in a room.
Right.
Yeah. The 2 scariest things that happened, I guess. One instance was I was like 17 and I procrastinated and I was up really late doing a paper.
Punished. You were punished.
Yeah. And all of a sudden I like heard music coming out of my closet. And I have a lot of toys from my childhood in there. So I was just like, okay, maybe one of those is like playing or something. So I went in to try to find like a toy that was making that noise, and I couldn't find anything. And it was playing the like "Go to Sleep," like that song, like
What
go
song
to
is
sleep,
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
No,
Go to sleep.
That's the heavy metal version.
Yeah, no, she's talking.
The creepiest song of all time to come from a closet for no reason.
Right.
It's also a song that does the opposite of putting you to sleep. Because it makes me wide awake.
It makes you
with
go
terror.
under the covers, though, which makes it more likely you'll fall asleep.
Like a canary.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, and my closet shared a wall with my brother's closet, so I thought it was like him playing a joke on me or something. But I went into his room and he was like fast asleep, and I couldn't find the source of it, and it sounded like it was coming from like in the wall, and I have no idea what that was. That was just like...
That's your classic Wisconsin mouse family. They live in the walls and they eat little cheese curds. They're just little cheese crumbs, but they call them curds.
That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
And they're always putting their mice children to bed with that creepy, creepy tune.
But they will crawl inside of your mouth while you're sleeping and steal your breath.
I have asthma to this day.
Oh, I thought that was just because you were too big for your lungs.
Oh, yeah.
You also had Darcy. You also had a staring dog.
Yeah, well, that dog, she would just like stare at nothing all the time.
You know, we used to have a dog like that in college. That was just because we blew weed in its face.
Right. Technically illegal to do that, by the way.
Yeah. I didn't do that at my house with my mom, but but the other like scary experience that I had was I was trying to sleep one night, and my room was down the hallway from my mom and my brother's room, and all of a sudden I heard footsteps coming down the hallway, and my door opened, and I was like half asleep, so I was just like, "What do you want?" And then they didn't answer, and they walked over to the side of my bed, and don't know why they weren't answering, so I was like, "Okay, what do you want?" And I didn't like look at them. I just like put my head in my pillow because I was super tired, and I felt someone sit on my bed, and I was finally like, "What do you want?" And I like woke up, and I could see because the light from the hallway was coming in my room, and there was nobody sitting on my bed. And there was like it looked like an indent, like where somebody would be sitting.
Oh, sort of a heavy-set Wisconsin ghost.
Yes, yes. That's the thing. It's like, do you have heavy-set members of the family? Because maybe they were just sitting there that afternoon and the butt tent was left.
Yeah, could
Possibly.
be. Maybe it was the career of Don Magic Mikowski. Go Pack Go, former quarterback before Brett Favre took over. You know who I'm talking about, Darcy.
Does she?
No, she's like 20, Ben.
Yeah.
Different ages.
Yeah, she wasn't just crushing cans of Schlitz against her forehead in 1997 like you were.
I see. Okay. All right.
That's very interesting. So you felt like you had a relationship with the entity at all? Or did you feel like you had a relationship with the entity at all? Because they say a lot of times with long-term hauntings, you begin to feel like you're communicating with someone.
Well, I attempted to contact it with a Ouija board, which is just a bad idea.
Yep.
You did like the ghost catchers things. You're like, come out and face me.
Yeah.
No, well, my brother bought me a Ouija board for Christmas one year. So
Good brother. Yeah.
then I like tried to contact it, but I didn't really get like any information or anything out of it. But like, I mean, I always felt like I was being like watched at night, which wasn't fun.
Unless you're a performer, then I would love it. Looking for eyeballs.
Oh yeah, even ghost eyeballs are awesome. Every time I go to a show and there's only 2 people, I always say the seats are full of something. You know. So it was fun in Wisconsin. I played it with a Ouija board, but oftentimes it would just spell out "Go to Pizza Hut." And,
I knew you were doing it, though.
No, my hands were never on it. Never on it.
That's weird.
I wasn't moving it. I said, I'm not moving it. So that was kind of a fun little thing we used to do.
Oh my God.
That's very.
I want to go back to the staring dog. I feel like we really just breezed over the staring dog.
Yeah, the staring dog. You know, the dog that would stare and bark.
Yeah, but what? It just that's it?
Well, that's a part of the haunting phenomena.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it would, I don't know, it would sleep in my room and like all of a sudden wake up in the middle of the night and like look in the corner or just do like things that just freak you out. And I didn't know if she was just senile or if she was just actually looking at something.
That's what my grandfather did a lot towards the end. My other question is did you notice when it was finally over, or did your family see anything as well, or was it just you?
It was just me, and that's when I moved out to go to college and stuff, like all the stuff like feeling watched at night and like I heard whispers when I would try to sleep, all that just stopped once I went to college.
It's a good thing that an automatic haunting killer is sweet PBRs.
Well, I was going to say PBRs in that great Wisconsin education.
Yeah.
The ghosts are too dumb for college. That's where you got to go to get rid of them. What college did you go to in Wisconsin?
I went to UW-Madison for my first year.
That's great. I took a bong. I took a beer bong off a 32-story building in Madison, Wisconsin, and I had about 10 beers in about 4 seconds, and I had a great rest of the night. I took some mushrooms, and everyone else I was with passed out.
There's a tear going down Ben's face.
No, it wasn't a super sad night. Wendy loves me still.
But he's smiling real big at the same time.
Yeah.
That's very interesting that none of your family noticed as well. I'm really surprised that no one said anything, or do they just not believe in that kind of thing, or do they look at you like you're crazy? Because were you doing the half like shaved head thing and like writing a lot of poetry as well?
No, none of that. My mom really like would just say like, don't say that, like that's scary and stuff, and like she says she doesn't believe in it, but then when we moved into a new house, she like burned incense around to like try to ward off.
Your mom was getting haunted as fuck and did not want to tell you.
That's correct.
Your mom was literally up all night long with like a full form entities just going like, get out, you know, and she's like, I just wish you'd stop saying scary things like the music coming out of the closet, because I gotta tell you, I just wish it was light like that for me.
Well, it's a Wisconsin ghost, so it's like, oh, get out. Just get out of here. I don't know. I'm haunting this woman. Get out of here.
Leave the casserole alone. You're going to get worms. It's not done yet.
Oh, man. Worms from a casserole. That's not good. Well, amazing. Thank you so much, Darcy. I'm happy you survived.
Yeah.
I would love to have a ghost come and sit with me at night.
That's another. Again, the tear just dropped again. But he's still smiling broad.
No, I got a mouse. I got a mouse.
Hail Satan, Darcy. Do you understand that ritual meets perception meets reality?
Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah.
We'll cover that on our magic episode, and you'll understand it better. I am the one that explains things.
We are not
Ken
the-
Reed does not know how to speak to humans.
The map is not the meaning. Never look say something like that. That's a cryptic thing, but actually makes a lot of sense if you fucking think about it. We are not the map. We are not the map.
Never look a staring dog in the eye. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks, Darcy.
Thank you guys.
Hail Satan.
Bye-bye.
Hail Satan.
Oh, awesome. All right, we got Nicole from Michigan.
Yeah, Nicole's story is about an attic dweller.
Ooh.
It is. Okay, so this happened in 1970. It's my mom's story, but also she's one of 5, and everybody was there. I interviewed 4 people to get this story right.
Oh, awesome.
So my grandma had 5 children, and her husband was gone. It was dusk somewhere in a small town in Michigan. My grandma decided to take her 11-year-old child up to the store about 2 blocks away. So sorry with the ages here, but it's going to get a little weird. So there was my aunt who was 11, my mom was 5, and then there was a toddler and a baby in the house. So my grandma leaves, and she goes out to the street, and just shortly afterwards, my aunt, who's like, I think I said like 9 or something, she's in the kitchen, and she hears something in the utility room. I guess the utility room had like a sliding glass door, and she looks back there. It was the washer and the dryer, and also one of the kids' bedrooms. And the attic, like the thing at the top, it opens up, and a man comes down, and she just sees all this hair. So she just screams, "There's a man in the attic!" She grabs a toddler, runs outside. My grandma yells to run to the 11-year-old that's with her. He doesn't run, so apparently she slaps him on the back of the head to get him going. It's
Kids just don't understand. They don't understand that there's a man in the attic and what that means.
No, they're like, of course there's a man in the attic. Why wouldn't there be?
My mom's 5. She pushes past everybody and starts running down the street. She runs past her mother. She keeps going until about like a block down, a neighbor runs out and just catches her while she's screaming. So they all get out of the house. The neighbor gets a shotgun and they call the police. I think my favorite part about this is that the police come, and then my grandma gets the baby out of the house. She does not want me to tell you this part. She asked me not to. There's debate, but the baby stayed in the house.
Meanwhile, the attic man's with the baby just going like, "Goochie goo, goochie goo, Mia, you're a sweet little baby. I live in the attic and I killed Santa Claus."
Well, that Randy Quaid looking dude is actually kind of a good babysitter.
Exactly. Must be what made him so special these days. So they went into the house. Nobody was in there. But before they went into the attic to check and see if anybody was in there, the police put a wig on a mop handle and put it up there to see if like the guy would shoot at it or attack it. It's like the same thing they do at the Humane Society when they get a crazed dog. They like put a hand up to it while it's eating to see if it'll attack it.
Yeah,
but it didn't.
Did they think he was a cartoon cat?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that should be the new thing. Is like, I wasn't sure about it, but I put a wig on a mop handle. Turns out it's all right. So the police searched the attic. They found like paper plates and food wrappers. My uncle said there was fecal waste in a trash bag. So that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And he was probably up there for around 2 weeks.
Whoa. So how is that played into your psyche just as you go through life? Do you check doors and windows and, I don't know, put a wig on a mop handle and make sure that no one's coming after attack?
That's what I'm saying. Well, for me, I didn't know about the story until I was a little older because my mom wouldn't tell me because it was really scary. But my grandma is actually really concerned about me telling this story because she's afraid that the man is going to hunt them down and come and get them.
Well, I am going to say this.
45 years ago.
Yeah. Escaped convicts do not survive that long.
But what I will say is, to be frank, not to scare you, but if he did listen to a podcast, it would probably be this podcast.
It might
That's
be.
true.
As a matter of fact, he might be in the in the rafters right now. We don't know. Getting the podcast for free. Well, like everybody else. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I got a good quote from my mom. she said, why was he living up there? Was he looking for me? Was he going to cut us up and eat us? What the fuck, man?
Right.
I don't know.
That is a great quote. Well, I guess
Is your mom Rosie Perez?
Yeah, she told me to tell you that she's not always that ghetto.
I love her.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wanted to be a part of the family.
I think he did. My aunt had probably the most realistic thing. She said, I thought he was probably nice. I mean, he could have killed us. He certainly had the chance, so...
Right.
He could have killed all of them in their sleep so easily.
Right.
And he didn't. And that restraint shows that he's like Sinbad from the movie House.
That's a very good point, Henry. So was he, I guess, trying to escape throughout the evenings, and he was kind of raiding the fridge? Did you guys ever notice, like, candies being gone?
My grandma had complained for a couple of weeks, or at least a week, that like, we've got 5 kids, I can't afford to feed you. Oh, where's all this food going? I even heard that my uncle got a spanking for eating something that he didn't eat. So.
Oh, your poor uncle. And how, if you're a kid, this is like the go-to. Be like, you never know, maybe there's someone in the attic, Mom. I heard a story once.
Like, yeah, you're lying and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, he's up there munching on roasted chicken, just being like, I love getting other people in trouble.
Yeah, that is the sound of a child getting spanked. I never get old. Never get sick of that.
Well, and I would say that the best thing that the most interesting thing I also learned while asking everybody is that growing up, my mom was always really fast at running, and she was really good at running races. And when I asked her about it this time, she said it's because when she would run, nobody knew that in her mind it's because she was always running from the man in the attic.
Awesome. Oh. That's a good Usain Bolt quote.
Yeah.
You know, it's also, God, him just living in the attic, it's kind of he was just kind of the member of the family after a while. It's kind of sweet and nice almost.
Kind of an Anne Frank-like character. Did you find a diary?
We didn't.
Just, a trash bag full of dookie. Okay.
Yeah, trash bag
that was his diary. It was more of like it's an art installment.
Cave paintings and feces on the walls, but no diary. I don't know.
So
kind of primitive.
So once the cops did such great work and lured him out with the mop handle that had the wig on it, now you guys just went back to living in the same house.
I guess they did. They lived in a couple different places. Actually, the guy ended up likely getting away in a rowboat on a pond behind their house.
What is he, Blackbeard?
Yeah, what
I don't
happened?
know.
He might still be alive. I don't know.
But I will say, in terms of being a pioneer, because obviously he's a pioneer, he has a boat.
Yeah.
He technically discovered and claimed your attic, not unlike Columbus.
He was a Columbus-like character.
That became his house. He's like, I claim this in the name of Cosmo, the drifter.
Yeah.
That would explain why my whole family ended up with smallpox.
Yeah, at least he didn't rape 1 million Indians up in your attic.
I don't know. I don't have any evidence of that. I think you got the first.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, my God. Well, what an incredible story, Nicole. That is so unique and hopefully extremely rare, so we can all sleep tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me on the show. I'm a really big fan of you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy Halloween.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
What's up?
Yo, what's up, dude? How are you?
What's going on, man? Hanging out. I'm doing well.
All right, so your mother is a self-proclaimed medium?
Okay, what happened here is I grew up with 3 brothers. Not my brothers, but it was a separate family, and they had 3 brothers. They're my buddies growing up. Their mom was a self-proclaimed medium.
Oh.
And all the time, anyone she would ever meet, she would give him a demon diagnosis. It'd be like, oh, you got demons inside of you, or you don't have demons inside of you. She was all over it. She told me the very first time I met her that I had 2 demons inside of me, and one day they were going to ruin my life.
Oh, cool.
Hell yeah. Those demons are weed and beer.
Yeah, no, I think it worked. I think they got me.
Yep.
Yeah, Henry, your mom's kind of like this, but she's like that with auras, right?
My mom can read auras. My mom also thinks that, my mom specifically believes that random people will talk to her, and that dogs that we've owned throughout our lifetime are saying to her that that they're okay. And so my mom always comes up to me. It's like every once in a while, like I'll have a conversation with my mom. She'll be like, Henry Thomas, I was in a grocery store the other day, and a man came up to me, and he said that Beauty is on the other side, and she's doing okay. And I'm just, you've lost your fucking mind.
But it's sweet, yeah.
But no, and also all mediums are self-proclaimed.
Oh, yeah, sure. There's no medium academy handing these things out.
Oh.
So one day it starts to get really bad. She sits us all down. We used to call her Fuzz because she has this huge, ridiculous head of hair. And Fuzz sat us all down. She was like, there's some demons at work in the house. There's some stuff going on in the house. There's big things going on. So we all just blew it off. Whatever. Fuzz is a little crazy. The following weeks, we would just hear cupboards slam, doors would start to... we would see a door go from just sitting there to just open right in front of us. We would walk in a room where we knew the lights were off and the lights would be on, that kind of stuff. So we were a little alarmed by it, nothing too crazy. So one day, the youngest brother and I are babysitting his nephews. They're about 5 and 6. We're all hanging out, whatever. We send the 2 nephews to bed. We go in his room. We go play Xbox, whatever. This was a few years ago, so we did, whatever 17-year-old kids do. Just playing Xbox, stealing beers out of the fridge, whatever.
Salty cracker.
Yeah, some Scrabble, just... So about an hour or so later, we hear the TV on in the living room. So we go out, and both of his nephews are awake watching a movie in the living room. And we're like, hey, guys, what the hell? We put you to bed. What are you doing up? You guys got to be asleep. And they look at us dead in the face, and they're like, the gray man woke us up. We're like, what the hell are you talking about, the gray man? And they're like, the gray man that slams the cupboards. He came into the room and woke us up. And, just scared the hell out of all of us.
The first thing would be like, hey, kids, first of all, never fucking just bold-faced tell me that the gray man woke you up, right? Because first of all, that's some scary shit. Second of all, just go back to bed. And if you see the gray man, never say a goddamn thing ever again.
And they were just watching television?
Yeah, they were just super calmly watching some cartoons. They were all right with what happened.
So what do you mean the gray man woke him up? Like the gray man woke him up and said, hey, go watch cartoons?
Yeah, the gray man was
I guess he just shook him up. He's like, hey, guys, let's fuck the rules for the night.
Yeah.
And I'm going to slam these cupboards. You can watch this TV.
Hey, gray man.
Hey, children, SpongeBob SquarePants has a marathon.
Hell yeah, gray man. Let's do this.
Gotta watch that SpongeBob.
I'll be okay. And once you're done watching those cartoons, if that guy comes out and if Brandon tries to comes out and tells you to stop watching cartoons, how about you go ahead, wait for him to go to sleep, set the whole house on fire?
Why not? After the SpongeBob marathon,
Just take it back. Just take it on back. But,
yeah. No,
it's really scary to us too, because even on top of their mom being whatever kind of medium, I grew up in Auburn, and the house was about 1 block from the prison. You could look out the front windows and see the prison walls, which was the first prison they ever used the electric chair in.
Nice.
So,
and what do old-timey prison uniforms look like? Just gray shit.
Yeah, just gray
clothes.
And what happens when you burn them in a chair? They kind of get a little gray.
Yeah, exactly. And they're real upset, and they miss cartoons. That gray man just wanted to watch cartoons himself, and he can't do the ghost shit because he's not doing the Patrick Swayze concentration bit, and so he has them go and turn on the cartoons for him, and he's just like, God damn, I love Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah.
They love cartoons and they hate naps. So if you can get rid of both at once.
So the ghost sort of acts like a Hasidic family on Saturdays. They have to convince other people to turn the television on for them and make them random.
That really is true. To be honest, if I ever had kids and they ever just turned to me and said stuff like, the man in the closet says to kill all the dogs in the neighborhood, I would send them to a boarding school.
Yeah, that's it. No, they're done.
Yeah, you were getting Thorazine. We were killing your invisible best friends.
So did you tell Fuzz about what happened?
Yeah, the next day, Fuzz came back home. We're like, hey, this whole medium thing's kind of getting a little bit out of hand. And she was like, yeah, no, I know about the gray man. That's exactly what I was telling you guys about.
Yeah.
Well, then you could probably see. Did they hear all that shit all the time? Were they always around when Fuzz was talking about ghosts?
It was constant. We could just be hanging out, watching a movie in the living room, and the door to the living room would just shut in front of all of us.
And what would the mom constantly tell? Would she be kind of casual about it? It's like, oh, that's the ghost again.
Yeah. It would just be as normal as if a dog bumped into it.
But the creepiest thing about this whole story that you're leaving out is Fuzz didn't have cable. Oh my God. I can't believe it.
The gray man could work out getting that sports package, then it'll be fine for him to be around.
It's nice. Whenever the cable's on, the gray man's on the roof holding an antenna, so you're safe. But when that thing goes off, you're all done.
I DVR'd Grey's Anatomy for you. You get it?
Well, that's incredible. A hell of a story.
Yeah, it was, definitely freaked us out quite a bit.
I hate it when kids see ghosts.
Yeah. Did you feel a presence in that house though? Every time you would stay over?
Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of whatever. It was definitely more seeing the lights turn on and off, doors shut. We would be hanging out one room and we'd hear the cupboards in the kitchen slam. So it wasn't really as much of, you hear, I could feel the eyes on the back of my neck. It wasn't really anything like that. But it was definitely more of just hearing it going on all the time. And then with the kids, it just came to a head. And they moved out of there about a year later. And up until the time they moved out, it was all still going on.
Jesus Christ.
Who even knows?
Do you believe?
Oh, hell yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen it. Ghosts won't come to me. It's something about my fucking. Maybe it's my smell. Maybe it's my company. But ghosts won't come to me. But we've seen some stuff. We had a friend named Natalie who came in and just saw. She got like scratched up by some ghosts. I believe entirely. And that gray man's still there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's still waking kids up and enjoying that SpongeBob.
Yep. And ghosts will scratch you up. That's why you always have to have by your bed a pair of ghost clippers. And if you see it, try to grab one.
Oh, it's the creepiest.
Yeah.
That'd be the creepiest fucking thing on the face of the planet.
Hey, man.
Clipping ghost snails all night.
That's what sends the ghost back to heaven or hell or whatever sort of world it wants to live in.
It's the only thing that's creepier to do to an alive man. You know what I mean? It's that.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, happy Halloween and hail Satan.
You as well. Hail Satan. Love the show.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right,
Hail
we'll
you.
see ya.
Bye.
So, Marcus, we're going to call him Sergeant Goldenthroat. I think Sergeant Goldenthroat's better. Can we do
Nothing like a good golden throat on a older man. I mean, not older.
It's just the beard. It makes me look older. That's all.
Right.
I know the tactic.
Well, thanks so much for calling in all the way from the UK.
Yeah. We've got Sergeant Goldenthroat.
Yeah, Sergeant Goldenthroat.
Well, you can call me whatever you want to call me, Ben and Marcus. That's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dog meat is what you mean.
I hate the dog meat.
Shut up. You're long meat. Oh, that's what I've decided. You're long meat.
He's dog meat. You're too real. All right.
Long pig.
Yeah,
hey, I'll take it. Long pig. Thanks, Goldenthroat.
Okay.
All right.
So, should we get going?
Yes.
We're going to be here all night because you've got to remember it's midnight here.
Oh yeah.
You got a job and shit.
Yeah.
That's right. We have no
I have
life.
a job that I can't talk about, as you know.
Right.
I'm going to talk about it in the next 5 minutes. So let's do this, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, right. Well, the background to this is as I say, it is genuinely, distinctly sensitive. I live in an area where there's a big national park near us. Now, in the UK, a national park is not like a US a national park, which is huge. It's quite small and it's quite close to the urban areas. And there'd been reports coming in to the people I work with that a couple of guys had been, shall we say, training there. Or acting suspiciously in a kind of paramilitary way. Now, as you know, we in the UK, as with you, have a sort of bit of a security situation. So we were detailed with checking these guys out. We'd been tracking them for about a week or two, and they called themselves the Jihadist Brothers of Radicalism.
So it's an even-keeled name. It's like it's very middle of the road name. So they just kind of hang out and they do quilting together as a group.
Yeah, that's right. Basically these guys. I suspect they were jokers who were trying it on and fancied themselves as radicals and so on. But anyway, it was quite clear there was a problem because they were focusing on an area of the national park that's actually closed to the public because of old unexploded ordnance and weapons and bombs and stuff. So these guys were pushing into this area, we suspected, to try and get hold of this, some of these explosives. So, as I say, I can't go into great detail about this, but we were detailed, three of us, to look out for these guys. And we were staking it out all night, one night. Night vision, goggles, and so on and so forth, just, watching these guys at work. And sorry, it gets actually quite emotional, this part of the story, because it was really very disturbing. But we were watching them, and something started moving in the trees behind them. It was kind of, at first, just a shape, and then clearly a human figure of some sort, and it was kind of ragged, and I can only describe its head as lolling and shambling. And it became clear that it was some sort of tattered creature. It didn't look like an animal or a person or anything we got regularly. It was very, very disturbing. And I looked at my colleagues, and they looked back at me, and we were all alarmed. And this thing was getting closer and closer and closer to these two guys that we were tailing. And then it became well within range. It clearly was a human figure. And I can only tell you what I saw. It was about 6 feet tall. It was skeletal with sinews and tendons, and, as I say, the word is ragged, things hanging off it. And weirdly, I know this sounds bizarre, but a really big, full beard, like a big beard, big sort of Alabama beard, right down here somewhere. And this thing got closer and closer and closer to these guys, as I say, shambling along, lolling. And then it held up its two hands, and in each hand there was a large, substantial serpent. And as it came up behind these guys, they hadn't heard anything. It was moving noiselessly. It reached forward with its hands, and then we heard these two most almighty blood-curdling screams, and these guys fell to the floor. And this creature, I just kind of dematerialized. It just slipped away. And when it all was quiet, we went down to the scene, and we had to call in a crew to clear up, because it was very, very alarming. These guys were both stone dead. Their faces and heads were black and swollen with venom. They had two puncture wounds on their side of their necks. And most alarmingly of all, when the autopsy was done afterwards, they were found to have been crushed, like they'd been constricted as if crushed by a serpent, by a snake. Now, that was an alarming thing, and it was only later when we did some research that I think I have an explanation for this. There's this character, I sent the picture to Marcus earlier on, a guy called Brusher Mills, who used to live in this area back in the 19th century, and he was known locally as the snake catcher. And he died in an arson attack on his little cottage that he lived in this remote area. And it turns out there have been reports of this figure being seen before in the woods out there. But on this occasion, clearly something a little bit more happened. Now, the reason you won't find out about this is you'll find the story of these two guys who were, shall we say, found dead in this area of army ordnance. It was released to the press as being to do with having trodden on an unexploded mine or bomb or something. But I'm afraid the truth is significantly more alarming.
Well, I'm just so happy that this UK entity is fighting the war on terror.
Yes, using Mega Man-like snake weapon.
Wow. Yes, I mean, we have nothing. The UK is stepping up their terrorism game big time.
Straight up. First of all, Agent Golden Throat, bottom top. Can I say Sergeant Bottom Top? Okay. Sergeant Bottom Top. You thank you for the best story we've received so far on listener pod.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, chilling.
And so so do you think it's someone living out the urban legend of this Brusher Mills character, or is it the guy himself? Is it like one of those things where they were just fucking with the wrong part of the woods, and it just so happens to be the ancient boogeyman is a guy with snake for hands?
Yeah, or was it some guy, as you say, living the sort of masked superhero life, as I know we all do? But Two things. The way that this thing moved was unnatural. It really was. There was something off about it. There's something wrong about it. Like his limbs and his joints were wrongly articulated, if you know what I mean. That doesn't make any sense.
What's the term? Uncanny valley kind of thing, where it's like human, but it's not. It's the problem with making human-like cyborgs.
Yeah, kind of like a bad robot. Not quite like that. More animalistic than that. But I know what you mean. You're on the right track, Henry.
Jangly.
Yeah. So when you saw it, did you confirm with your two colleagues? Did you guys all agree that you guys saw a similar thing?
Yeah, well, I had two colleagues up on the hill opposite me, and I was on maybe 50, 60 yards away, but we were in contact with comms. We were maybe 200 meters from the actual event that was going on. So they were getting a slightly different angle, but we were definitely seeing very much the same thing, and we compared notes afterwards. But it's, as I said, it's something that I'm happy to discuss on a overwhelmingly US forum.
Right.
And I know it's worldwide, but equally, I'm pretty sure that the people who are involved in this aren't going to be listening to last podcast.
No, it's mostly Tacoma, Washington.
I don't know. We have been in Heat magazine.
We have been in Heat magazine,
right.
so we have a lot of coverage.
We got a lot of negative iTunes reviews.
Someone told me you guys were going to come and do a tour in the UK, but I think that was just bullshit.
Yeah, that's our horror story. We're going to tell it here right after yours.
But it's looking like March.
Yeah.
No way. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Sergeant Golden Throat, yes. But I do want to just ask now, you have three, I suppose, 6 eyes, 3 people watching the same event. Obviously, you guys aren't lunatics. You're not out there drunk doing a bunch of drugs. Totally respectable sources.
Were you?
Do you keep that to yourselves? Or do you go and do you actually did you tell any higher ups? Or
absolutely. I mean, the state of the bodies was such that there was, there was no way that they'd been blown up or dropped dead or shot each other. I mean, there was something very, very alarming about the state of the bodies.
And
these guys, we were basically told, look, here's the story, say nothing. There's no publicity of the fact that we were even there. You don't share with people the fact that there are these things going on close to built up areas. Certainly in a small island like Britain, it just doesn't happen.
Well, we talk about it all the time. I mean, like we were discussing how the NYPD likes to control how many times like a week they shut down some gigantic terrorist plot to destroy New York City. It's just like it's one of those things where you can't really talk about the fact that you have jihadists working out of a national forest, and then also you have an ancient snake handling bush creature that is fighting for your freedom. That I think is actually the government could use this. I feel like the UK government could definitely be like, it's like, and we've got the big feet to do it. It's like we will defeat terrorism.
Well, from a government perspective, I could see how they would assume this might destabilize society to a point that the UK could no longer go on.
Yeah, but we do our best. We really do our best. I mean, we have like 3 kinds of snakes in the whole of Britain, and only one of them is poisonous. And it's just like, it's not rattle a city over here. It's just, even the thought of having snakes in the countryside would terrify most British people.
Yeah, it really riles up the Irish as well.
Oh, don't even get them started.
Well, I hope because they're chasing after snakes. Can't even take an Irishman to the zoo.
No, they call.
That's right.
What I would also say, incredible story, man.
Yes,
Thank you so much for talking to us and sharing it on
it's my pleasure.
On our juvenile show.
Just
now, listen. Can I just say very briefly? I've been listening to you guys since episode 31, which is like 3.5 years ago. So I'm a long time listener. I'm going to ask you to indulge me. I'm just going to do my shout out, as many as I can do in one breath. Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. Just shout them out.
So, huge shout outs to the old crew. You know who you are. They are Abby, Amanda, Amara, Amy, Ariana, Callan, Chelsea, Christopher, Daniel, Danielle, Eleanor, Eric, Jem, James, Jamie, Jace, Jonathan, Caitlin, Kelsey, Kyle, Langley, Lucy, Lynn, Mal, Megan, Melissa, Nikki, Olivia, Patrick, Raven, Roscoe, Ryan, Sarah, Susanna, Tabitha, Taylor, Todd, and Yayoi.
Yeah! That is the original crew. That's the original crew.
Yeah, some of those guys are still on the Facebook page, but quite a few of us have split off, I think.
Oh, so phenomenal. Well, thank you so much. And just lastly, how has this affected your worldview? Has it changed the way you do your job?
What, talking to you guys?
No, that'll shatter everything. No, seeing this unbelievable snake monster.
That's only one. I've got many, many other stories I could tell you. There's some strange shit going on out there.
Well,
right. We'll have to wait next year.
We would love to have you back. This is great. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for calling.
It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah.
Genuine privilege. Cheers, guys.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Hail, sweet Satan.
Hail, hail. Magustulations, boys.
Hail yourself, Sergeant Goldenthroat.
Hail me, if you will.
Hail, Henry.
Christopher.
Hi.
Can you
Can
hear?
you see me and hear me?
What up?
What's up, dude?
Okay.
He's a ginger.
Well, ginger is actually very
not.
offensive, and as a ginger, I apologize for Henry.
You're not a ginger. A ginger has bright red bush hair.
I do have bright red bush hair.
I bet it's darker than a real
It's
ginger.
redder than the head on the hair on the top of my head.
I'm blonde, but I am like Ben in that I am German.
You're a good person with a good heart.
Chris, are you Kruger, like the famous movie Ghost Pedophile?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so there's a bit of a delay, so let's take that into account.
Let me try reconnecting.
I think he's getting blown by a chick.
I think he's doing so. He's not wearing a shirt.
No, he's not wearing a shirt. I think.
Are we recording? Can I say that Chris is not wearing a shirt?
Yeah, he's totally not wearing a shirt. He's going Hong Kong
We
style.
did see a.
Chris, are you nude?
No.
Okay.
I'm not wearing a shirt, but I'm wearing pants.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
We just seemed like maybe you were getting some sort of oral sex.
Yeah, and I want to see
you were on the Skype call.
The girl that's in bed with you. I want to see the side of her face the entire time.
Yeah.
If it disappears, I'm going to assume something terrible is happening.
Hi.
What's the name of the girl with you in bed, you Nazi?
Hillary.
Oh.
All right, so Christopher has a story about skinwalkers.
Ooh, awesome.
Yeah, or what seems like Skinwalker lore, yeah.
So begin at the beginning of your Skinwalker tale.
Okay, so it was about 3 years ago on winter break in, I think, mid-January, in the middle of the night, so it was very cold and very dark. It was like if somebody colored the air outside with a Sharpie. It was very pitch dark. And so this was before I was in grad school, so when school was out, academics was completely off my mind. And all I did was kind of sit inside and play video games all day and night. So I was sitting downstairs about 3 a.m. I was playing video games. The only lights near me were the light from the TV and the light from outside, the porch light. And I finished whatever I was doing on my game. I got up to go get a drink. And I saw out of the corner of my eye in the backyard from the light, I saw it looked like my sister. She was wearing her pajamas. And it looked kind of like her face, but it wasn't finished yet. It was like in The Invisible Man when they took the gauze off and then the gauze was just kind of splattered in the air. Mm-hmm. It was like pieces of her face were being assembled. It was like her body and then her face kind of just splattered around in different areas where a head should be. So I saw that. I was like, that looks like my sister. I bolted upstairs. I thought I was going to go in her room to see if she was there or not. And if she wasn't there, then I'd be like, all right, I just saw my sister. But then I took into account the risk of that. And I was like, if I go into her room and she's there, then what did I see outside? I'm never going to be able to explain it. I'm never going to be able to think it out rationally. I'm going to have to live with it. So I never went into her room. I just went in my room and went to sleep, tried to forget about it. And so to this day, I'm just assuming for, my own comfort that I did see my sister. I never asked her about it. I never said anything else about it.
All right, Chris, I'm going to ask...
First of all, we're not the police. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that thing where you're like, no, I was going to the kitchen to get some orange juice because I needed some vitamin C to keep my blood levels all healthy. So,
Yeah, my question was going to be, give me a doob count here.
0.
Oh.
0 doob count.
I didn't really have a big social life. It was just kind of me and my games and my TV.
Do you think that weed means that you have a social life? Because it is the opposite, my friend. I will tell you that weed has helped keep me from a social life.
No, people get together and smoke weed. They bond over herbal things.
Yeah, this isn't a Grateful Dead commercial.
I'm surprised the man has a German flag hanging on the back of his wall. I thought the light might have been coming from a burning cross.
Actually, that's very interesting, though. So what makes you think Skinwalker? Where are you from? Like, what part of the country is this?
This is like East Coast, rural Maryland, like farm country Maryland.
You know, have you heard about the concept of glitches in the Matrix?
Of course.
It could be something along those lines.
That's subreddit.
Yeah, where you kind of see something like that because reality's a fucking hologram, and you can sometimes throw an imprint of reality into reality from your own center, your own fucking mind, man. And I'm saying, don't look at me.
I'm
Kissel.
not looking at you.
I'm just saying, but it's true. Sometimes you can kind of build these things because, again, like I told Darcy, who called into the show, perception with ritual creates reality.
Or you know what? Get that college degree and have an actual boss and really make something out of your life. Did you go and speak to your sister and ask her if her face was dripping off of her skull the night before by any chance?
Well, we lost Chris, unfortunately.
No. I think he had a little bit of... It must be a Doob-related problem with the satellite feed, correct?
Maybe. But a hell of a story about the Skinwalker. You never know what's going to happen when you look out the window. That's why I always say, paint over them black.
You know, you say you have a lot of sayings, but most of the time when you say that you've had a saying, it's the first time I've heard you say it.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm expressing it out loud. I got a bunch in here.
So you just sit and stare at your own windows all day long, and you're like, paint them black.
Yeah. Isn't that what that song's about?
I thought it was about Larry Bird wishing he was Magic Johnson.
Chris is coming back.
Are you back, Chris?
Yeah, sorry.
You look a little bit more relaxed, and I don't see the head of that girl that you were with.
I saw her. She handed him the laptop.
She's very sweet.
So what were we talking about?
We were discussing how, so he saw his sister's face dripping off of her body, and he did not go into the room. And now, did you speak to your sister about what you saw the next day?
No.
And you still haven't spoken to her about it to this day?
No.
Chris, I'm about to blow your mind. You don't have a sister.
You never did, dude.
You never had a sister. That's what we're here to do.
No, this is my problem, but this is the thing. So call her right now. Can you got her cell phone number?
Yeah.
Call her up on the phone right now and ask her if she remembers that night.
When she was a Skinwalker.
Literally just be like, it's almost 10 o'clock at night. Call her and be like, wake up, wait a second. Were you outside? Have you been outside?
Okay. All right. Okay, my sister's here.
Okay.
What's your sister's name?
Yeah. Her name's Caroline.
Hey, Caroline, how are you?
Good.
Do you know what Last Podcast on the Left is?
What?
Cool. Oh, perfect.
So your brother is on a podcast right now, and he was discussing how he woke up one evening, looked out the window, and he believes that he saw you, and your face was melting off your skull.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, it was like winter break 3 years ago. I was, you know how I'm always downstairs late playing video games?
Drinking orange juice.
Doing anything. So I thought, I saw you outside walking in the backyard. I thought it was you because it had your clothes on, but it wasn't your full face. It was kind of not fully formed.
Does that freak you out, Caroline? Does that make you upset that is even real, that you did that?
I mean, I don't know.
How's your face? Is your face present?
What?
Or is your face intact? Do you got a full face on your skull?
Yeah.
For now. Okay, it's before midnight.
Are you tripping balls of mushrooms right now? Did you get a call at a bad time?
No,
I'm about to go to sleep because I have school tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
You're a kid.
All right. Well, we just wanted to let you know that your brother Chris thinks that you might be a skinwalker. So next time you guys have a family get together, bring it up around the dinner table and try to solve it amongst yourselves.
Yes, and if you would like to consult the Wikipedia page for Skinwalker, please do so before said dinner.
Yeah. All right, it froze again. We're going to assume that she said yes. We're helping families get along here on the last podcast on the left. Great story from Chris Kruger. And great, the sister, what was it, Caroline Kruger. All right, Marcus, who do we got? We got Ellie on the line?
Yeah, we got Ellie on the line. So, Ellie, tell us about this house that you grew up in.
Okay, so I grew up on a little flower farm in rural Michigan. So I got to give you some backstory on this place, or this won't be as spooky as it could be. So the original structure was just 2 rooms, and it was a doctor's office. The area that we lived in used to be a little village. And so this was built in maybe, I don't know, sometime in the 1800s. So then later on in the 50s, the original 2-room structure was built onto to turn the building into a home. Okay. So my parents moved into this place in the early 80s, and the prior inhabitants had apparently been an elderly couple. And this is the story we heard from the neighbors. So I have no way of knowing if this is absolutely true, but this was the story. So this elderly couple used to have their grandson come visit them, and he would stay in the room that became my bedroom. And apparently one day he was outside playing, and they had one of those in-window air conditioners. And apparently it wasn't grounded very well, and he stood up and his head touched the bottom of it, and it electrocuted him, and he died.
Hell yeah, like the movie Shocker.
Yeah, did he get superpowers?
Oh yeah, and like Ernest Goes to Jail as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we've got this house. The middle part of it used to be a doctor's office. My room, apparently someone electrocuted in. Okay, so lots of creepy things would happen in this house. And it wasn't just me who experienced these things. It was my parents, it was my younger brother, sometimes all of us together, sometimes, individually. And something that would happen frequently is we would hear a child's voice calling for their mother. And it's hard to describe this voice. It sounded too clear. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, it wasn't an actual sound, like you were almost hearing it inside of your head. And sometimes we would all hear it together, or my parents would hear it in the middle of the night and get up to check on us. My brother and I, totally asleep. Something else that would happen is I'd be laying in bed and I'd get a feeling like my cat had jumped up on the end of the bed and was like walking around on the end of the bed. So I'd call for the cat, nothing. Turn on the lamp, nothing there. But it would still feel like something was sitting at the end of my bed. My brother's room had some weird things happen in it, and his room was part of what used to be the old doctor's office. He had one of those double tape decks in his room, and we'd just be hanging out playing in the living room or whatever, and then all of a sudden the stereo would just blare on. Whatever like little kid tape he had in the tape deck at the time would just come blaring out, and we'd walk into his room to check it out, and the play button was pushed down on the stereo, and no one had touched it. We'd have things happen like the TV would just start changing channels rapidly with no one touching it, that sort of thing. So the creepiest thing that ever happened was one day I was at home and I was alone, and I remember that it was sometime in the summer, and it was late afternoon, and I'm just hanging out in the living room reading a book or doing something, and then all of a sudden all of these electronics in our house turn on by themselves. And so you're thinking, okay, power surge, that's not that odd. But my brother had one of those big, I don't remember what this thing was, some big plastic G.I. Joe toy that was hanging out in the living room where you push the buttons and it made like, machine gun sounds and bomb sounds and stuff. This thing starts going off on its own. And other battery operated toys going off on their own. The microwave in the kitchen turned on. The alarm clock radio in my room went off. Just all of these things at the same time, just out of nowhere. And all the hair stood up on the back of my neck. And I'm like, what's going on? And I guess I was freaked out, but I wasn't especially scared. Like, I didn't feel threatened or like anything bad was going to happen. It was just very, very strange. And there was definitely a weird, like, the air felt electric. And so I sit there for a second, like, is this gonna stop? Like, I I don't really know what to do. And after a couple minutes, I'm like, I don't think this is going to stop. So I actually had to go around the house and unplug things and pull the batteries out of toys and such to get them to stop.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's like Ghost in the Machine, dude. Woo! It's like fucking anime, man.
Well, it sounds like the kid was just trying to have a good time. Play with some toys. Maybe he was making Pop-Tarts in the microwave.
You also literally just described 3 events that just happened on we just had another girl come on named Darcy who described the same shit about disembodied voice, which is really true because if we want to look at that, all consciousness is remote, right? And it's up in the cloud. Again, don't put anything in the cloud, not even naughty
That's
thoughts.
Right. No nudes.
But that's how where the disembodied voices kind of come from, is that our brains are like antennas. And also the feeling of a weight, or literally a presence sitting on their bed while they're sleeping. And then electronic disturbances, which is, of course, because you're dealing with you're literally dealing with
a child ghost.
Yeah.
Who wants to play with the toys.
It's very interesting. And also why people also have very personal feelings with entities, depending on what their aims are, where you're literally just dealing with a kid who doesn't know he's dead, probably.
Yeah. And it's funny that because the last girl that called in, she talked about it like it was the scariest thing that had ever happened to her. It's something that haunts her. With you, it seems more matter of fact. Like, yeah, this was creepy, but I was okay with it.
Yeah, and maybe I just, and I was a kid myself, so maybe I just didn't know enough to be frightened, but it didn't feel malevolent to me. And it didn't feel malevolent to anyone in my family, so we just sort of put up with it. We didn't feel like, oh, this is something we need to take care of. We need to make this stop. It was just sort of like, this is what's happening. And I think maybe if my family had had a different response to it, I might have been more frightened, but no, I didn't get the sense that I should be scared.
But I think you would get it loud and clear. You know what I mean? Like, if it was malevolent, I think you would have experienced that, like, because it's an inner thing. It's a presence thing. It would have felt cold. It would have felt like it was trying to do something bad to you. You hear that all the time. Again, with the previous caller who said this entity sat on her bed, but it made her like, freak out. And it was like, it was a menacing
Well, it was
quality.
a huge Wisconsin beast man. This is a cat. A cat is much nicer to have sit on your bed. A ghost cat.
But I had a girlfriend in college
No, you
that
didn't. You did?
People have touched me over time. But there is she used to talk to a guy named Mr. Ghosty Man that used to be in her family's house and then followed her to her dorm. And what she would do is, I knew her after she had lived in the dorm, but she used to like have a cereal box and she would be like, hey, Mr. Ghosty Man, are you there? And then she'd take a cereal box and put it in one corner of the dorm room, and whatever it was would toss it across the room, and it became like a game to them. But it was not a menacing thing. It was not an evil entity. It was just more playful.
It would be kind of good to bring that ghost around if you're playing cornhole. Maybe he's a good cornhole ghost, something like that. I would say your girlfriend maybe not a creative writing major with Mr. Ghosty Ghost Man.
She was. She actually was a creative writing major. She was a poetry major. Which, if you ever if you're dating someone who's a poetry major, just know that that's translation for professional liar.
Always, yeah, and always going to be broke. Well, Ellie, thank you so much for calling. I guess the major point of the story is get central air.
Yeah, no air conditioning.
No air conditioning at all?
None.
Okay.
Central air. Come on. It gets. I sweat in my sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Just till I'm slick wet.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever try to make contact with this ghost?
Actually, I really wanted to. This might be why I have a Ouija board collection now, but I was not allowed to because my parents are quite religious and they were not into letting me have any kind of seance or try contacting the spirit at all because, that could open the floodgates.
Meanwhile, you're like, I'm in love with a ghost boy, Mom, just to just to be rebellious.
Thank you very much for calling in, Ellie.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
My butt can smell my balls. My butt can smell my balls. Nathan?
Yes.
Hey!
Oh, my God. Hey, Nathan.
Hello.
Nathaniel?
No, Nathan.
Oh,
all right.
Okay. Well, then we're going to have to end this call.
Yeah, different person.
Okay. Well, It was nice talking then.
It was.
All right.
It was a good call. What's your accent? Where are you from, Nathan?
I'm from New England, up north.
All right. Well, this story, Nathan's story, is about how he was at one of Carl Drage's target houses. If you don't know who Carl Drage is, I did a bit of research on him. He's like Clive Bundy, but what he was pissed off about was weather stripping on his house and how they wouldn't let him do it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, why wouldn't they let him?
Against codes.
Well, let's have Nathan tell us.
All right, Nathan. Let's hear a little bit about Carl Drage.
Okay, so he ended up getting killed near Brunswick, and so I was up at Maidstone, which is about 20-minute drive. And so we had a babysitter at the time, me and my two sisters, and at our camp, the downstairs door would not lock. And so my babysitter decided that it'd probably be a little bit safer to go over to her camp. And her father was one of the lawyers that refused to represent Draga. And so he was on his way to coming up in there and kill him before the cops got to him.
Sweet.
Oh, very cool.
Wow.
So you were sort of in a crossfire here between two adults with a ridiculous legal matter.
Yeah, you could say that.
How old were you when this story took place?
Maybe 2 or 3.
So you weren't a part of the decisions then? You
no, I
weren't in
was.
there. Yeah. Okay, cool. I didn't know if you were a part of the decision to not represent him legally.
Yeah, I was
Right.
calling all the shots.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that's, the thing about it, you're just lucky you weren't taken hostage because nothing is sweeter to the fucking newspapers and to the police than killing a 2-year-old boy.
Yeah, it might have.
For the sake of citing.
Well, yeah, but when you are a kidnapper, you look at a 2-year-old and you say, "Terrible twos. I wish he was 1. I would take him." But you can't. The 2-year-olds, they need too much. They start to talk too.
They're just so much cuter when they're infants. When they're 2, they start getting ugly. Not saying you were ugly, Nathan.
No.
But they're less attractive to kidnap.
Of course. So the man was going to the cabin that you were staying at, and how close was he to you before the cops got to him?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. So you had a little time there.
You could say that.
All right.
Well, he's actually got a couple of stories. He also said when he was 4, he got lost in the woods and was saved by a supernatural force.
Cool.
Okay, all right. Can you just set the scene?
Okay.
So how'd you even get to the forest at 4 years old?
Okay, so up in my town, we're a small town. It's not much, mainly woods. And so it was about, I think, on the weekends during the summer. And so I was the only kid my age on the street.
Around 8 or 9? How old were you here?
I was 4.
Oh, okay.
And so my sister, she was a little bit older. There was a lot of kids on the street that were her age. And so I always liked to hang out with her because she was the one with all the friends and doing things. She did not like that because I was just annoying to her. So
Well,
this
you were
one day,
4, and the problem with the 4-year-old is just can contribute nothing.
Yeah. It's tough when you're the only 4-year-old with a rolled up pack of cigarettes in your sleeve and you just want to be a man.
Well, that would be cool if you were 4, because then you could be handing around cigarettes to the adults.
Right.
If I have a kid, the first thing I'm going to do is load his diaper up with little airplane bottles of booze, and then just pass them around to all my guests, my many galas.
All right. So you're hanging out with your sister in the woods. You're 4-year-olds. You're chain smoking.
well, no, I'm following her at this point, and she notices me, but she'll claim to this day that she didn't notice me. And so then she started to run off, and I wanted to follow her because she was still doing the cool things that I couldn't do, like hang out with people. And so I chased after her, and I could not catch up to her. And so she went off deeper into the woods than I could go. And so then I remembered just everything getting really black. The trees got really, really tall, taller than they ever were to me. And I got so disoriented. I started walking, and then I realized that I had no idea where I was, and so I started to cry, as a typical 4-year-old would do in this situation. And I kept walking and walking, and the sun started off high up in the sky, and by this point, I just couldn't see it. It was just pitch black. And eventually, all of a sudden, I just get this feeling that I know where to go. I know what to do. It's not like a hand grabbed me, or like an entity, led me out of the woods. It was more like their spirit filled me with the knowledge of where to go. And so I just start to walk towards the exit, and I finally come out on the street, and this older feller is calling to me like, hey, what's wrong? you need any help? And I'm just telling him like, yeah, I'm lost. I don't know where to go. And he's like, oh, what's your name? And I told him I'm Nathan. And he's like, oh, and he knew my mother's name. He knew her right off the bat. He knew where I lived. He knew everything about me. He's like, yeah, I can bring you right up to her. Hop into my truck. And so he has this old light blue Ford pickup truck. Has dents. It's rusted. It's old. I get into his truck, and it's just a bench seat, and it has holes, and it has the fabric coming out and the innards of it just seeping out. And he takes me right up to my house. But by this point, it was what I remember it to be was about the sun was starting to set, and I don't think he did anything to me because he had the hots for my mom. And so I think he thought that this would get him closer to my mom.
You can't start dating a woman by molesting her son.
No, you got to end it with that. Yeah, that's how that usually works in the circle of molestation.
Yes, that's true. So I think he just wanted to impress my mother by bringing me home safe and sound and being the night that he wasn't.
I'm going to say that if I was your mother, I'd be fucking way concerned.
Yeah.
I'd be like, stop picking up my son in the woods. Where did you even find him?
Oh,
and you're
no,
like,
I was on a street, and she did run over and grab me and hug me and cried a little bit.
But then you have to hear the guy's story about how he's just like, I just found him out here on the street, and I saw a ghost next to him was leading him out of the forest, and I was like, get away, ghost, get away. And the ghost just looked like a police officer, and I just hit the police officer.
Yep, Nathan's spooky ooky ride home. Very scary. Never trust a man with a tore up car seat. That's what I always say. That means he gets angry and stabs it when there's no one in the passenger seat.
Well, yeah, he's stabbing it because it's empty.
Well,
it's quite possibly that you were drawn by an inner force meeting an outer force that protected you. Sometimes, I believe, as is true, our brains are antennas for psychic activity because consciousness exists in the cloud. So entities that we confer with, whether they be ETs or phantoms or people that you talk to inside of your apartment, because all you got is two fish in there.
Don't save any of your personal nudes in the cloud, though. Those will get hacked.
Nothing in the cloud. We talked about this last episode.
Nothing in the cloud. Wow, those are amazing stories, Thank you so much, Nathan. I'm so happy that you survived. Honestly, not just this day, but seems like every day of your life up until you were 18. It seems like your mother just kind of put you in the woods there at a young age.
And I'm going to put it on you. Good work on you not being molested.
That's right. You noticed that he was probably going for the creepy touch, and you defended yourself.
And sometimes the best way to protect yourself from being molested as a child is to not remember it.
That's another good point.
Yeah, that could be the point.
Yeah. Well, it's so nice to have a survivor such as yourself on the show, Nathan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. This is great.
Yeah, thanks so much, dude, for calling in.
Hail Satan.
All right, what's your name? I'm sorry, I don't even know.
I'm Katie Gleasing.
So you have a snake story for us?
Kind of, yes. I have a reptile person story for you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
A reptilian person story for you.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just was reading an article about a woman who said that she was taken to the inside of the moon to be raped by a reptilian for 3 days.
And you were reading an article?
It was an article.
Oh, okay.
How'd that go for her?
She didn't like it. But I will tell you, but then she ended up owning 3 iguanas, so I think in the end something got changed inside of her.
Yeah, she might have given birth to him.
All right, do I tell the story now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I used to work at a reptile store here in southern Indiana, and it was like reptiles, exotic fish, lots and lots of hamsters, because there's a plethora of those all the time. But this guy, he used to come in and just kind of start up conversation with me and not end it. And it was
so you mean
terrible.
That's a relationship, is what you mean?
Yeah, classic Kissel. That's what that sounds like to me.
3-hour conversation with a creepy guy about the reproductive habits of bearded dragons.
Ben Kissel, yeah. Yes, that's exactly how he dates. Yes.
But so he would come in just like every day, and it got really, really creepy, like hands-on, touchy-feely, which reptile people are kind of like that. They're just kind of touchy with each other. And understandable, but this was a little more than that. But so he ended up following me out to my car after we would close, and my boss would be like, "Hey Katie, so yeah, get in the back, creepy guy's here," and actually like had me hide because he was absolutely terrifying. So I quit that job kind of because of him, and was like, oh my god, if this guy ever finds me, blah blah blah, I don't want him to like find me on Facebook or any of that nasty shit. So I was just watching the news with my parents a couple years ago, and there's this horrifying story of a man who had killed and eaten his ex-girlfriend. And I looked at my dad and I said, hey Dad, remember that guy from the reptile store? That's him. And he killed and ate his ex-girlfriend.
So you said that he ate her head, heart, and part of her lungs?
Well, he actually like came to she broke up with him because he was batshit insane.
Right.
Understandably. So she calls the police, has him escorted off of her property. The next day, did your lights just flicker?
Maybe. We have fluorescent lighting in here, and it's not very good.
Don't worry about dog meat unless you just see like a Japanese girl like wet with like black hair like rise behind his shoulder.
And even then, don't ruin the date. Just let it. That's all Marcus. He's into that stuff.
All right, awesome. But so she didn't show up for work the next day. The police had been to her house the night before. She had been texting her coworker, "Hey, my ex-boyfriend's crazy and he's at my house," and I had to call the police, and the police are gone now. And she stopped texting the coworker, and the next day she didn't show up for work. So her coworker was like, okay, that's weird, calls her cell phone, and he actually answered the cell phone saying that he was her brother, and coworker didn't buy that.
It's me, Stacy. Everything's totally normal. Coming into work.
Sorry, I got a case of the heart burps. Okay.
So then she was like, okay, that totally wasn't her brother, so I'm going to call the police and do a welfare check. And the police arrive to the house, knock on the door, and he answers covered in blood. Just covered in blood.
Right.
Sorry, guys, I seem to have dropped my ketchup collection. Let me get a fresh shirt on.
Well, you heard the man. We better just get on to the next job then.
I think we learned two things from this story. Number one, that bearded dragon-like dialogue worked on at least one woman.
I know, I'm kind of encouraged, actually.
Yeah, it worked. Number two, you know if you're dating a cannibal, if at any point during your lovemaking, he takes a half a lemon wrapped in rosemary and puts it up inside of your vagina. Because that's called making aromatics.
Oh, yeah. It might really work, though. Who knows?
I learned that from Barefoot Contessa.
Yep. Do you date anybody who likes reptiles or amphibians any longer?
My fiance is actually kind of weird. Like, he likes all animals and is not as keen on snakes, but his parents have snakes.
Well, to take Henry's advice a little bit further, remove all the spices from your house.
Absolutely. And if you ever if you never notice he's buying like stacks and stacks and stacks of aluminum foil, he's gonna broil you.
Yep. So be careful.
Yeah.
Wow, well, thank you so much for that story. I mean, how horrifying to actually confront evil like that face to face and avoid it. You were very, very smart, and we never victim blame. But if you ever feel like the person who's talking to you is possibly a cannibal, feel free to break off the relationship.
Tell him. You know what? Maybe sometimes you need to just, I would say, give someone the benefit of the doubt and be like, hey, sure. I'm down. Hey, hey, Daryl, it's been fun talking. Got a feeling you may be trying to eat me.
Right.
And then if he goes like, you got me, then you know he's a cannibal.
Right. Well, I'm happy you found love with your fiance. Have a good wedding. Thanks for the invitation.
Happy Halloween.
We'll be there. We will definitely be there.
If you want, you can. It's going to be an open reception, so.
Hell yeah, we drink a shit ton of booze.
Yeah.
Down. We'll have it, and we can feed y'all too.
Hey, all
Excellent.
right. Wow.
Excellent.
Happy
Hail
ending.
Satan.
Yeah, hail Satan.
Excellent. have a good day.
That was the most bored Hail Satan I've ever heard. Yeah, Hail Satan. Cool.
Oh, my God. Well, thank you so much, and I'm happy you survived.
Thank you so much, Katie.
We got Stacy
All right.
from Washington calling in here, Marcus. She's got a bunch of good stories.
Oh, yes. So you got something that happened to you today.
Yes. So I work. I'm gonna be very vague for obvious reasons, HIPAA, etc. I work in a juvenile detention facility that's based out of basically like Seattle, Tacoma area, and I work for the government. And we get kids referred to us, and generally, our kids are not violent. These are kids who, turn to drugs too young. Theft, petty, the kind of petty shit that teenagers get into.
Yeah.
Well, we had a case manager attempt to refer a kid to us who had homicidal ideation, admitted that he got erect by thinking about murdering people. He's 15. The fantasies aren't working for him anymore. So now he wants to try actually killing someone. Stated that he roams his neighborhood with a machete looking for a cat to kill. And he wants to bury the pieces of the cat after he kills it so that a tree can grow over it so he can get hard every time he looks at the tree.
Some people grow up wanting to be president, and we don't shut them down.
No, we don't.
And I think that sometimes it's about you follow a dream outside of a box because we all live in a box, and sometimes your dream takes a hold of a balloon and goes up out of a box. And sometimes, I'm not going to say you be a killer, but I'm saying you allow a kid to follow his dreams.
Well, the phrase, I want to see the blood run out of them, was directly quoted. So we were, sadly, we had to
put him down.
Pass on that little precious gem.
You had to put him down.
Sounds like a sweet kid.
I wish.
Maybe there's a hog farm that he can go work at. He can just be a creepy character, like straight out of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type town.
This is also the type of thing where a sarcasm font would really help.
Yeah.
So, Stacy, tell us about you have a story that involves. I guess it all started in the woods in the swimming area.
Yes. Okay. So this took place in the summer of 1995 when I graduated from high school. So I had just gotten back. I'd spent 2 weeks in Honduras doing mission for my church. So, we've been doing stuff like pouring foundations and getting diarrhea. I'd come home and I wanted to cut loose. So my friends and I got this bright idea. Hey, we're going to sneak into the local sort of, I think it's technically a state park. It closes at sunset. We're going to sneak in and we're going to go skinny dipping. So we drive in. It's a ways outside of town. And there's the only way to drive in, there's a high banked road that's built up. So it's probably 20 feet up from the pasture that runs on the other side of it. And it's about a fourth of a mile drive in. Well, to keep people out, they just have a cattle gate that they close across it. However, if you park on the riverside, you can walk in through the woods, which is what we did. So the whole time we're walking in, we're freaking each other out. I had a friend who was about in tears because she was a giant pussy. And, we kept screaming that Bob from Twin Peaks was going to get her. And
1995.
1995. That was. Twin Peaks is a great show for our younger listeners. Twin Peaks is a great show. You should watch it.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, you can check it out.
And Twin Peaks was actually filmed about an hour away from us. So Twin Peaks is a little more common. Anyway, so we're walking in and everything's typical. We've got flashlights. We're laughing. We're tripping each other. We make it in, shuck our clothes, jump into the water. We're a slasher film just waiting to happen. And one of the girls who was with us, she's really nervous because her dad's a cop. So we're in the water, and it's nowhere near as fun and shenanigan-y as we were hoping.
But you guys were splashing each other a little bit. And
yeah. Just kind of spanking each other. Yeah.
Doing it. We scissored tenderly in the moonlight.
Oh, yes.
And but it's dark. You can't see the rocks, so we're stepping on them. My feet hurt. The water's cold. It's been very disappointing so far this evening. So we're trying to get out, get dressed, and all of a sudden everybody's heart sinks because we see a flashlight coming towards us. So this person's probably about 40 feet away, and we're thinking, fuck, it's the cops. We're like, fuck, get your clothes on. Get your clothes on. Then we'll just get in trouble for trespassing. They can't prove anything if we're clothed. So I'm shimmying into these stupid shorts, which are sticking to my legs, jumping up and down. And all of a sudden, the girl whose father is a cop, very slowly, she says, that's not a cop. We're like, what do you mean? How do you know it's not a cop? She said if it was a cop, he would have identified himself by now. And so this person's coming towards us, and we're like, well, what the fuck do we do? He's between us and where we came in. So logistically, he's between us and our car. So we start to run towards the trees, and all of a sudden, the flashlight starts jiggling really fast, and we realize he's chasing us. So we're like, fuck, this isn't just some, highly improbable coincidence of, two groups of people meeting in a state park after hours who shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, he's not just like the world's luckiest dude.
No.
Just like stumbling
He's
upon
not.
18-year-old girls. Yeah.
Exactly. This was not a Deer Penthouse Forum kind of thing.
Yeah, me and my Delta Chi brothers were just coming here with 3 cases of booze, and we really didn't know where else to stay. But if you guys want to get jamming,
So, we get to the pet section, and because of the trees, there are these deep hollows. So, just in a spur of the moment, whomever was in front of us, probably my friend Kari, says, down there. So we jump down into this little hollow, and we press ourselves up against the side and cover ourselves. Kari and Jessica had a dark plaid blanket that Kari had kept in the back of her car, and so they actually blended in pretty well. I had a baby blue beach blanket. So I'm terrified, thinking that, if he shines a flashlight over here, they may blend in, but if he sees like even a scrap of that towel, we're fucked. And that was the longest couple of seconds of my entire life. But this is also kind of where shit gets weird. So we had run, and the pet area, the parking terminates, the asphalted parking terminates, and it just becomes gravel overflow. So anyway, we had the gravel, right? So every footfall we're taking, super duper loud, but we can hear him behind us. So we're hunkered down in this hollow. We can hear him walking on the gravel, and the gravel goes for, it's a wide gravel expanse because it's for parking. So we can hear him like shifting his weight on the gravel. We can hear his breathing. At one point, I peeked my head out from underneath the towel, and I shit you not, I saw his flashlight beam slide across Kari's blanket. So I'm thinking, that's it, we're fucked. He's found us. At this point, he's just screwing with us. And so it was the weirdest sensation of wanting to scream just because of the tension, and also wanting to run, right? I wanted to bolt and run. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do. What are we going to do? What if he's got a gun? And all of a sudden I hear Kari say, okay, he's gone, let's go. And I'm going, what the fuck are you talking about? He's standing on the gravel. I heard him a minute ago. We look up, nobody's there. He's gone. There's no fucking way this guy could have snuck away on an expanse of gravel that's probably 20 feet in either direction. I mean, you can't tiptoe on gravel. All right, fine, whatever. I was panicked, right? So maybe I just didn't hear it. So we're like, well, who gives a shit? Fuck it, we're out of here. So we get up, we run through the parking lot. The parking lot leads to the high banked road that I mentioned before. So we're going to walk out on this. We're not going to go through the woods again. And like, I've never before, ever been like so scared that I wanted to pee myself, but I very easily could have lost control of my bladder. Like if somebody had come running at me, I would have peed myself. No questions asked. Honest to God, would have just let go.
It's also a good defensive maneuver.
Yeah. Well,
That's
absolutely.
right.
Unless they're really
Piss
into
on him,
it.
puke on him, do what you got to do.
Frogs do it.
Yeah, unless it's some
And
sort
so I'm wheezing and I'm gasping. I mean, secrecy it's not in the cards at this juncture for me. Jessica and Kari ran up ahead. My other friend, Bevan, stayed back behind with us. Or with me, I'm sorry. We walked out, catch up to Jessica and Kari, and they're at the cattle gate that's crossing the road. And I'm thinking, why haven't you guys jumped the gate and gotten in the car? And they look terrified. So we catch up to them, and we see that we can see the car. We can see the parking lot that we parked in, and where Kari had parked, when we had parked, obviously the parking lot was empty. We wouldn't have snuck in if it hadn't been. There are now 2 cars. One of the cars is on and someone is in it. So we're like, okay, who's this person? How does this person play into it? So finally, after a few minutes of standing there, we're like, fuck it. I want to go home. I want out of this park. I want this night to be over. We climb over the gate, and there was a decorative square of greenery in the center of the parking lot with like railroad stiles driven upright as like crude fencing. So we're like, fuck it. We'll just keep that between us and this car. And if they, try and run us over or something, they'll hit the railroad ties and they'll hurt themselves before they hurt us. So this car, which has been started, backs out of its spot and then turns to climb up onto the country road that, leads away from here. But as they drive away, they start laying on the horn. And it's very rhythmic. It's like wah, 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 and they do it the whole way up onto the road. So at this point in time, we're like, fuck it. I want his license plate number. We're going to get his license plate number, and we're going to give it to Jessica's dad. So we all pile into the car, and we go chasing after him. And this is where it gets really weird. But I swear to God, none of this is made up. So we're following this guy, and about a mile down the road, maybe less, there used to be a slaughterhouse. And right in front of the slaughterhouse, there was a access road, I guess you'd call it. You could use it to get out into the Tules, further out into the Tules, but I think you could also merge onto the freeway with it. This motherfucker sped up, but it was like watching a tape and fast forward. Granted, we were driving like a 1987 Chevy Chevelle, which isn't known for its get up and go, but we couldn't keep up with him. And when they decided to speed up, it was like they were gone. They were down that road and gone before we could even process it. Like, it was literally like if we had just been watching a screen and somebody had fast forwarded a car, it disappeared that fast. So the really weird part is we're talking afterwards, and we're trying to figure out if we should tell Jessica's dad. So we're like, all right, well, we can at least tell them what kind of car it is so they can be on the lookout for the car. And we didn't think to look at the car that was still parked in the lot. All four of us saw four different things. Now, bystander fallibility, I know bystander, like an eyewitness is the worst, evidence that you can bring to something. But we all four saw something different, to the point where I swear to God, it was like a 4-door sedan. Kari saw a very small 2-door yellow pickup truck. I mean, you don't fucking confuse a sedan for a pickup truck. And one of them, I think it was Bevan, saw a sports car, and Jessica saw a van.
Weird. Wow, that's phenomenal.
Right? That's really weird.
Well,
right. And so we drove back into town, and just none of us left each other until sunset. We all went over. Jessica was house sitting, and we went over with her and just sat in the house. She was house sitting until sunrise because we were too scared to separate.
And at that point, when you guys got back home, you were still a little bit wet from the water, and you were still wearing white shirts and things like that.
At that point in time, the only wet would have been sweat from the asthma attack and the panic attack on the...
So it stopped being vaguely lesbian sexy.
Yes, absolutely. I'm afraid that the sexy pillow fighting was long gone, and this was more of the I want to crawl into bed with my mommy and daddy because they can protect me.
Wow.
Still sexy.
Well,
you clearly have not seen pictures of my dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, to this day, and I've taken my nephews out there a couple of times during high summer, basically only when my arm was twisted, so that they could swim, but I don't swim out there anymore.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to, if I ever do get a case of the runs, diarrhea, I will definitely call it pouring foundation.
Pouring some foundation.
Pouring some foundation.
Yeah.
Pouring foundation in a third world country.
Well, I'm glad you're alive.
Thank you. I am too.
Yes.
And then we all learned the lesson today. Don't go skinny dipping unless there's only just by yourself.
Well,
I guess, or just don't go skinny dipping in Washington State.
You go skinny dipping by yourself, Jaws again get you.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
So maybe it's an odd number.
Some kind of a Jason knockoff will get you.
Yeah, exactly. Like this guy, Flashlight Man.
Exactly.
Who maybe was just running out there to tell you, it's dangerous to swim at nighttime. It's dangerous.
I have to catch them. But when we talked about it afterwards, my opinion, and the others agreed with me, is that the guy in the car that we tried to follow was honking to tell the guy that was still in there that we were out there now.
Oh,
I think that's why he was doing the rhythmic honk, honk, honk.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Stace.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling
Thanks,
in.
guys, for having me on.
That was a creepy one. I loved it. I'm shaking to the core. I'm shaking to the core. Wow, I don't even know if I can speak after that.
Oh, that is scarier than after a telephone conversation with my mother.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That usually involves the story about how the dog is still barely alive.
We put the dog down.
You did?
Yep. My mom had to put the dog down because my mom brought the dog in. The vet's like, this thing's too fat to live. And she's like, so we got to kill it. My mom's like, okay.
This hasn't been revealed on any show yet, has it?
Nope.
It's just a few days ago. This is very new information.
So it's fresh.
I feel like I've had a relationship with this dog for 4 years.
Yeah, well, now it is a fat old ghost dog.
Your mom fed it to death?
Yep. Yes. And I'm just saying, thank God the pediatrician doesn't allow fucking euthanasia on children, because if they saw us when we were kids, we would have gotten the same death sentence.
Oh, my God. No disease in the dog, just too fat.
None. Just too big to move.
Wow.
Too big to fail, but guess what? That's
failed.
not true when you're a dog.
No.
Because you can be way too big to live.
Right. Wow.
So that's scary as well.
That is scary.
Halloween.
Thank you so much for all the call-ins this year. I mean, phenomenal stuff. And for everyone who wrote in for the creepypasta episodes.
Thank you guys so much, man. This is great this year.
It's great. We're celebrating Halloween. I'm stronger. I jump higher this time of year. I can drink more booze.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lactating.
Yeah.
Which I find is weird.
I do think that is odd.
And I brought it to the doctor, and he said, this isn't milk. This is toaster strudel icing. So something's happening.
You're becoming a strudel.
Love Halloween.
Huh. That's amazing, Henry. Thank you. And I feel bad for your doctor.
He gets his.
Yeah.
He gets his pound of flesh.
All right. So let's see here. At the end of this month here, October 24th, we'll be doing the live show right here at the Creek in the Cave. It's going to be extremely fun.
I'm going to have to fucking Skype in because I'm still going to be in Toronto, but I'm going to Skype into that piece of shit.
All right,
see my face.
We'll have you Skype in for a bit.
Hesitant.
You're off the show, Henry. All right. So thank you so much. Happy Halloween, everyone. Great October. We've got a couple of more great shows for you anyway coming up in this month.
Yeah, absolutely. Our next episode, we're going to be teaching you guys a little bit of fucking magic. We're going to be focusing our wills next week, and we're going to have a couple of actual magicians on the show.
That's right. Ritual creates perception, creates reality. And we are going to have two people that are genuine magicians. You'd expect them to be richer. But they're going to answer your questions.
Okay, well, we will say this. As we speak, one of these magicians is in an oyster castle in Denmark.
Is the oyster castle run by a burping whale that lives under the ground?
Oh, yes. But there be no oysters left.
Have a sea otter type creature.
But yes, let's continue to celebrate Halloween next
Yeah.
week. And Satan's coming back. And guess what? When Satan comes, it means it's a no shirt zone for everybody.
But
Oh, and don't forget about with the wizards. If you would like to ask a question of our wizards, we've got one chaos magician and one OTO guy. That would be sex magic, correct? Yeah.
Sex magic.
He also does a lot of DMT.
Yeah, ton of DMT. And if you have any questions for them that we can ask them on air, write to cavecomedyradio@gmail.com.
And I hope you guys are ready to eat a whole bunch of your significant other's semen and or menstrual blood.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of that in magic.
Sounds fascinating. And also the T-shirts. You can find the T-shirts over there.
cavecomedyradio.com/merch. You can get your Last Podcast on the Left T-shirt featuring all three of our smiling faces.
Yeah, and you can find Marcus on Twitter at Marcus Parks. I'm at Ben Kissel. Henry Zabrowski is at Henry Loves You. And the podcast is at LP on the Left.
Check it out. Follow us on Twitter for the fucking updates. And if you don't, I'll kill your families.
Well,
that's what I'll do.
That'd be a lot of
and
work.
And you leave a 5-star fucking review in iTunes, because if you don't, I'll take your father and I'll stick a fucking Q-tip up his penis, and I'll be like, I'm testing you for gonorrhea, even though he knows he hasn't had sex with your mother for 20 years.
Well, you never know what's happening. All right. Thanks so much for supporting other shows here. Top Hat Roundtable, page 7, section Other Human Activities. CCR is crushing.
Yes, we are. We're doing fucking great out there.
We are doing
Brighter
great.
Side is also very good.
Brighter Side. Yeah, Brighter Side.
Yeah.
Check that show out. Everything is going very, very well. Let's see. I'm going to give them Magustalations. I'm going to say hail yourselves, because this Halloween season is all about you. It's all about us, and it's all about us being together.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is almost Christmas-like the way you said it. And you know what? After you said it, now I'm mad.
This is our Christmas, right?
Yes, it is.
Just remember the Discordian Katmas, which means together we must stick apart.
Yeah. And if you want to dress as all three of us for Halloween, feel free. If you have a pair of stilts or something like that, you can be me. And if you got a pair of bad teeth, you can be Marcus. And if you want to wear a fat suit, you can be Henry.
Just smash smash your face with, cut your gums up with some glass and smash them with a hammer a couple of times, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
File them in a little bit. Get the sharp teeth in there.
Yeah.
And then smoke for 17 years and really get your gums to recede and bleed all the time.
Well, it's a 17-year process to get to the Halloween costume. 18 years from now, you're planting that seed. Check out Heroes on NBC. On
Check out Heroes.
Marcus, a Hail Geen, maybe?
A Hail Geen, everyone.
Me gusta Jones.
Yes.
Send money.
Oh, yeah, send us money. Oh, have we ever asked for that before?
No, just straight up, just send money. Send cash.
Yeah,
Any money.
Yeah, just donate something to the PayPal page. But remember, if you donate $25 or more, you get a free T-shirt.
Or be fucking altruistic and just send cash.
I'm having trouble making rent.
Don't even listen to him. Don't listen to him.
With food and rent.
Only show confidence.
1093 Jackson Avenue.
Okay.
If you want to send us a Halloween gift, you can send it to Last Podcast on the Left, 1093 Jackson Avenue, Long Island City, New York, 11101.
Oh, that's great. Keep the food coming in. And whoever sent us that beef jerky.
Randy. Yeah, Randy.
Come on, man.
More beef jerky. And thank you to the lady who sent us baklava.
Oh, yes, she sent me a Facebook message. It was lovely of her, and I'm just slathering it on my body right now, which is making me very sticky. I'm covered in almonds.
I love a good Zabrowski pop.
Her name is Layla Sheikh.
All right, Layla. Thank you for the baklava, Layla. I'm eating it with no clothes on.
Yes, you are.
Because that's how I eat things.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at you do it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to cavecomedyradio.com.
When it comes to what your family eats and drinks, you know your choices matter. You're the expert because you know what fits your life. And getting it right starts with good information. That's why America's beverage companies are sharing more information about our ingredients at goodtoknowfacts.org. No spin, no judgments, just the facts straight from the experts for more than 140 beverage ingredients. Visit goodtoknowfacts.org.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help your business stand out and succeed online. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid, all in one place. From consultations to events and experiences, showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. The best part about it is it can help you design a funnel in which you can very quickly record commercials so that you can get it done while you are desperately trying to get on break. That's the best part about Squarespace. It can really shorten up the time you spend doing things. You got to get in there. Use Squarespace. Man, is it fast. It is absolutely incredible. You're going to love your experience at Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.